I pitted 13 sinners up against 4 L-Corp agents. The rules were as follows. The sinners could not be revived until all of them were defeated. They would fight in waves to spare my own sanity in juggling that many enemies on the board. The sinners were considered to be at uptie free with free skills each, but had no ego equipped. Each of them got to use a single ID chosen by none other than our community Discord members in a vote. The newest IDs at this time were In the Name of Love and Hate Don Quixote and The Sword Sharpened with Tears Rhodian. The sinners had a special trump card up their sleeve who would be preoccupied with the level 5 and level X agents in the facility until the final wave. Now for the L-Corp agents. The 4 player characters are from our main Project Moon TTRPG campaign, which you can find in the description below, and these 4 are the department heads for this branch facility L53. The control team head is equipped in full magic bullet ego, the information team head is equipped with the Psalm Lament ego weapon, and the Sword Sharpened with Tears ego suit. The training team head is equipped with the Life for a Daredevil ego weapon and Gaze ego suit. The safety team head is equipped in full Cobalt Scar ego. It is assumed that they have the backing of their entire Lobotomy Corporation facility for this fight. This includes clerks and agents to weaken the sinners and explain why the sinners fight in waves instead of all 12 at once, their branch's AI assistant to provide updates throughout the fight, and potentially assistance if the need arises. Everyone in chat who could redeem points for healing to recover health or sanity and shields to reduce damage. There was also a special third option where chat could choose to release abnormalities against the sinners to aid the facility in this fight. Hello everyone, and welcome in! It is so good to see all of you, and for this one-shot. Now, this is a non-canon one, so before we begin, I would like to let you all know that this takes place in a time where the managers have returned to their L-Corp facility, successful from their operations and plotting out their next moves, while the sinners are currently in their place in time in terms of their development and in what has happened to them. So this is kind of a, think of this as a sort of weird, uncertain place in time for both groups. Anything that happens this session does not stick. There will be no lasting character development or anything that happens here is, Mirror World. Mirror World's the perfect way to describe it. So, post Can't Wait Sinners, post Detour Tale managers, and I hope you're all excited. And managers, are you all ready to begin for what you're about to face?
Well, I've never been more ready. What are we talking about? It's just another normal day at L-Corp facility. You know, it's just another day at the branch office.
That it is. As managers, you are all in a meeting, as usual, one of the very early meetings. And Nix, why don't we begin with you, if you'd like to tell us how you're handling things, how you're feeling as you're listening to Ange drone on about something with the abnormalities and whatnot.
They're chilling. I say chilling. They are basically zoning in and out, listening to this. They're not really interested, and they have like 10 other things to be stressed about right now. But you know, they'll be there because they have to be, but you know, they're just like hands clasped together staring at the desk like, oh, okay, and you know, like just very not present, but they're trying.
Mix, as you're there, not very present, just kind of listening to Ange drone on and on. Prior, if you'd like to introduce yourself and how you are doing.
But of course, Manager Prior is, as always, paying the utmost and complete attention to the meeting. His eyes are locked onto Ange's, and of course he doesn't expect her to catch his eye all the time. And he has a series of notes on his desk, most of which are related to the meeting. A few, the eyes of nothing there are multitasking, giving him a glance at so he can sign his name at the bottom and shift them to the side. He is back in his element, as he always is. Bureaucracy surrounds him, and he cuts through it with the edge of a paper cutter. And as he does, he is all content, except for the fact that most of his fellow managers, yet again, are not paying as much attention as they should to the oil that greases the wheels that keeps this facility running.
Absolutely. And does a couple of times. You see the, edges of her mouth quirk up in a small smile at you. But for the most part, her eyes are closed. She is focused on business. And Kai, would you like to introduce yourself and describe how you are doing?
I'm Kai Calypso. I'm playing manager Kai, who is bored, has his head on his hand. He's listening to Ange, as much as one does early in the morning when they're in a meeting. But he is a bit confused, I guess, or a bit worried about Maru, who seems to have not lifted his head from the table in the past 15 minutes. And at some point, while Ange is droning on, he kind of slides a pencil at him just to tap him a little bit, and it doesn't seem to stir him. So I think that's taking up more of his focus than whatever Ange is talking about.
And as you do that, focused on the sleeping Maru, trying to tap him, Maru, would you like to introduce yourself and how uncommon it is that Maru has fallen asleep in a meeting?
Yes. Hello. I'm the VTuber, Maru Online. I play our lovely control team department head, Maru. As was just said, he's asleep right now. Or, well, I mean, he's currently now in the process of waking up. Maru, he's never fallen asleep. I think he's never fallen asleep in the actual presence of the other managers before, to his knowledge. His memory of what happened at the end of the night when he was drinking with Pryor and Berg is still a bit of a mystery to him, to his dismay. So the fact that he fell asleep in the middle of an important meeting of all things, it's a bit odd, a bit concerning. But Maru, as he blinks his eyes open after feeling this sharp shock to his system from his prosthetics, I guess it kind of take a moment to figure out where he is, because the room it's blurry, and moving Justicia up from where it's currently covering his eyes is frustratingly difficult. But once he gets his left eye uncovered, he will squint and try to take in the view around him, and after realizing he had apparently either stopped paying attention or fallen asleep or what, he quickly jolts up in his seat, with almost kind of a frantic kind of look in his eye, and then after a few seconds tries to pretend that didn't just happen. I don't think it works, but...
Good. I was really concerned there that we'd have to requisition a blanket for you, Maru. You seem to be quite content, snuggled into the desk there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I must be mistaken. My apologies. And, sorry, you were saying?
Yes, as I was saying, and before... Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. As Ange is talking, the eyes of Nothing There do glance over Maru, almost concernedly, just sort of checking over to make sure he's okay. But sorry, please continue.
No, absolutely. As you do so, Ange closes her eyes a bit tighter and says, as I was saying, and before she can continue talking, you all hear a thud from above your heads, where the entrance to the facility is, as if something quite large has rammed itself into the facility.
Yeah, Pryor looks up at the ceiling. I imagine a little bit of dust is shaken loose from the vents, and it kind of falls down over the room. And he goes, Did anyone approve any construction at the entryway and not tell me again?
I have approved no such construction, Manager Pryor.
Well, perhaps some of the building outside collapsed in on the front entryway, and yet again, we are sealed and will need to requisition another. Fellow managers, all in favor of sending someone to go investigate the entrance?
I? Sure, yes.
All right, well
Sure.
enough. And could you please requisition someone to go check the entryway?
Yes. And Ange is silent for a moment, then says, Aiden. And one of the clerks, the one you all rescued back in Corp, who joined here, appears and looks around and says, yeah? Can you go check the entryway for us? And Aiden kind of looks around, then nods and says, all right, I'll check the front door. And you all watch as the clerk here goes up towards where the facility is, and Ange is silent for a moment, her eyes closed, and you have a feeling she might be assessing the situation and what she can from the cameras. As she says, managers, I believe that, and you all hear over the communications Aiden saying, hey, whatever it is, it sounds like, I would suggest you move. And Aiden's just gonna make a little roll real quick. I'm sure Aiden will be fine. Let me pull up the rolls on the side, and I'm sure Aiden will be just all right. It's good. It's fine.
Aiden's gonna have a couple dots of stamina. You know, he's got that endurance now after all he's been through.
Oh, this is a reflex, but you know, Aiden doesn't have horrible. There's some proper warning, so it's only challenge 2.
Oh my god!
Aiden sort of opens his mouth, and you all hear a loud honk noise as something slams into the facility. But the clerk does manage to hightail it back down here and runs down and says, "There's a bus."
A bus?
A bus?
Yeah, a bus.
There's a bus outside our facility.
Well, it's inside the facility now, but...
I'm sorry, Did they... Ange, what's the current structural integrity of the front doors of the facility?
Checking structural integrity. I have conducted an initial study, and I have good and bad news. The good news is that the facility will not collapse, and that I do believe they are coming into the facility to avail us of a golden bough. Well, that is not the good news, but the good news is that they carry one of their own. And you can tell Ange does not know how to actually, react to the situation. Her image on the screen has begun flickering in and out, and you all know it isn't the screen itself that is flickering, it is her actual form that is behind the screen.
Pryor slams his hands on the desk and says, "Sound the alarm! All agents, get their ego gear! Everyone to the front entryway, now! Now, go, go, go!"
And managers...
And where are the level 5 agents? Get them geared up now!
Already on it. The level 5 agents have been deployed. And managers, would you all like to run to the front hall where apparently a bus has crashed into your facility?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Well, sure. Oh gosh.
I suppose.
Absolutely. This is the sight that greets all of you.
Oh.
Oh. Are we
all gonna die.
You see 12 people dressed in the same uniforms, all standing before you with their weapons drawn, and behind them, you all see a figure dressed in red with a clock for a head.
Okay, as Pryor enters the room, immediately I imagine the smell of, like, smoking electronics and, like, crushed metal fills his nose. I imagine the scene is as we see, like, glass has been shattered. I imagine the front doors are, like, caved in right now.
Oh, absolutely, they are. You can smell that. You can see the front doors caved in. You can see the bus standing in, like, parked in the entryway. The doors opened and this group has flooded out of it. And the lights are flashing red at the moment.
Shit. Maru, what do you see?
Is this something that Maru should roll for? Like an awareness roll or whatever?
Would you like to make a...
Notice specifically?
Absolutely. Would you like to make an intuition awareness roll to see what in particular you notice about this group?
Sure. Is the scaling challenge level?
Yes. It starts at challenge 1 and it will scale up.
Okay.
Also, while Pryor is asking that, he is actually going to turn and say, Mix, you're pretty good with reading people. How dangerous are these people?
So first of all, Mix looks, sees these strangers, and for sure they will try and get some insight on these people, see how dangerous these people are, if I could, Mr. DM.
Absolutely. If you could make me an understanding insight check.
Awesome. And then secondly, I will say, what is the difficulty on that?
Scaling difficulty, you can set it at 1, and okay. I'll let you know based on how many successes you get.
Gotcha. So I think when Mix does that, I will say they see one of these people, the one with the bat, and for a moment, there's like a hyper-realistic cat licking its lips. But then they just return to normal.
Oh my God.
No, you cannot flirt with Heathcliff.
I had to get one gag in.
No, I respect it. I respect it. And right. With 4 successes, Maru, with awareness intuition, you can see that all 12 of these people are armed. They all have different weapons. Despite all wearing the same uniform, they all look quite different appearance-wise. With 4 successes, you don't notice they would have any, you're sure they probably have plenty of tricks up their sleeve, but you can't necessarily see anything in particular that would tip you off. You do notice, however, I'll give you with 4 successes, that the one with the clock head is at the very back, and they're all positioned in front of them, almost as if they are protecting them.
Okay, yeah. Well, Maru, then I guess he'll adjust his mask a bit more to block out the smoke and dust and all of that. And he'll relay that information to whatever information he had to Pryor, basically being like, the one in the back, I think, I don't know what's up with them, but I think they're protecting them or something. I'm not sure.
Battle commander, potentially. Thank you. Mix. Report.
And Mix, with a 6 success crit, I will let you know that there are varying degrees of eagerness on these people's faces. You see that the short black-haired one right here, she looks... There's kind of a bloodlust in those eyes of hers. I'll be saving this one for last when it comes to you. The white-haired one here is the closest to the commander themselves, and you can't really, even with a crit, read her expression exactly. There's a black-haired one here whose gaze is downcast, and he doesn't look quite willing to fight, but he looks as if he is about to follow the orders. The brown-haired one here, you can tell that she is a soldier. You can tell that she is trained, and that if given the order to execute all of you, she would do so on the spot without hesitation. The blonde one here, with a crit, there is something off about her. There is something, despite the sparkle in her eyes and how short and unassuming she looks, you sense that there is something very, very dangerous about that person. There is a black-haired man here who has a very stoic expression and who has a very neutral look on his face. The orange-haired woman here, she looks as if she is preparing for a fight, and her face is set in stone. You can see this black-haired man here. He looks... His eyes are almost downcast a little, and there is a sad smile on his face as he holds his weapon. The one with the bat, who you were eyeing up, his face is set in a scowl, and his hands are clenching that bat, which says, remember. For the brown-haired man, you see that he has a cigarette in his mouth, and he has a sort of exhausted look on his face. However, there is, like the brown-haired woman, there is almost an air of being a soldier about him, as if he's seen this fighting before. He also, you notice, one of his arms resembles a bug's arm, almost like a cockroach. And then you have this woman right here with brown hair who kind of has like a... She kind of has like a mix on her face of like, it's kind of hard to tell even with a crit her intentions, where like it looks like she's ready to fight, but it also looks like she isn't exactly eager about it. And we return to that one up in the front with blonde hair. And he is holding his halberd, and he looks very hesitant. And as you look at him, you recognize this individual, I imagine. He looks much older than when you last saw him when you were children. But you recognize that child from the Sinclair family that you used to play with as kids. And before any of you can say anything regarding them or about them, two things happen. You all watch as the 12 before you all, as they start to square up. You can hear one of them, the one carrying the bat here, say, "There's 12 of us against 4 of them? I like our odds." And the man next to him, the one who looked like a soldier who was smoking that cigarette, just kind of sighs and just goes, "Don't jinx it." As you all hear Ange's voice, deploying all L Corp agents levels 3 to 4. And you watch as the elevators open and a flood of agents who are equipped in hay to Alf gear swarm out of the elevators. And you hear from the one with the cloth head that loud, almost panicked noise as the woman here looks around at the others and loudly says, "You heard the manager executive split into 4 groups." And at once, you see the groups they move as a cohesive unit as 9 of them suddenly vanish to head off and deal with the flooding in agents. And above, you all hear Ange say, "Managers, the level 5 agents are currently handling whatever got off the bus before any of them."
All of them?
Yes, all of them.
Prior turns and goes, "What the fuck got off the bus first?"
So we don't have to find out.
They can handle it. I'm sure Kit's got it, as well as all the other managers. Listen, intruders. This is our branch facility, and you come here to take what is ours. I'm gonna give you one chance, turn and leave.
You all hear this. The ticking sound might be a little quiet, so you just hear a tick, tick, tock, tock.
Yeah, Prior goes, Nix, are they speaking computer or something?
I think they said that they do not come in peace.
There's no way you understood what they just
Yeah, does Mix
I
speak
think they
clock?
also said that. I think they said that.
Hey,
Mix
hold
is,
on a
like,
minute, we're
clearly
trying to
making up
translate you.
stuff. Mix
Yeah,
is clearly making up stuff, and is like, I think they said that your shoes are
say you don't know
whack,
what you're saying.
Maru. No, I'm serious. They
don't
just
have time for
insulted your
this.
shoes.
Yeah,
You're right,
Prior
all right.
turns, takes his hand on life for a daredevil and says, "All right, if we can't understand you, if you can understand us, I've made my position clear." He looks at the 3 of them and goes, "Just put down your weapons and leave."
The free's still standing. While you were all quarreling amongst yourselves, the white-haired woman seemed to be speaking with the clockhead, and you're not quite sure what they were saying, but as you tell them to put down their weapons and leave, the short black-haired woman here looks directly at you, Prior. Looks you up and down and says, "BB." And the blonde man next to her kind of looks at her panicked and goes, Rioshu, you shouldn't call him that to his face. We already have one after us. We don't need a second one hunting us down.
Yeah, Prior squares his shoulders, looks the woman up and down and goes, "And you have 2 reasons to leave right now, don't you? Listen to the little one. He actually seems to have a brain in that head of his. Yours seems to be filled with smoke."
She lets out a sigh, looks at you, and just says, "SYBAU."
"I'm just gonna assume you insulted me." And Prior draws life for a daredevil. Not to attack, but just to have it out and ready to show that he's about to square up.
And as she looks ready to square up, and the blonde looks very panicked, you can all hear the white woman. She's been talking to the one with the clock for a while now, and she just says, "Faust does not believe this place should exist. This Lobotomy Corporation branch is occupied by agents and clerks when it should not be." And once again, you all hear tick, tick, tock, tock. "I do understand the concern, but you would do well to remember our purpose here. And I do not believe negotiations are possible."
Prior
And-
does mutter under his breath. He says, "All right, well, that one with the white hair has got that clock head wrapped around her finger, it sounds like. I don't know who's the leader and who's the follower, but you best charge your weapons. I don't think we're getting out of this without a fight.
And
There.
managers.
You might be able to scare them."
Oh. Yes, that's true. If Maru may, can he attempt to use his what would normally in a fight be a skill 3 in an attempt to intimidate as a like last, like a final warning?
You may, if you would like to.
I would like to. I would love to, and hope it doesn't embarrass me. How we work it outside of combat? We just I just quickly roll it with a challenge 1 just to show it on the screen.
Yep.
It gives me like a +2 to my intimidation.
It would indeed.
Okay, let me just roll that.
Yeah, all these
So, yeah.
portals form around Maru.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what is the actual intimidation roll that you want me to make?
So it varies. To intimidate, I would say the easiest to intimidate would be a challenge 4 in order to intimidate the one in the middle. This one is going to be a challenge 6, and this one is going to be a challenge 8 if you have any hope of intimidating her.
Okay. But is it like intimidation calmness? Is that what we had decided before?
For Maru, yes,
yes.
it's intimidation
Yeah.
calmness.
It would be.
Okay.
Because Maru's intimidation is I won't hesitate.
Yeah. Yeah. Maru will I mean is Maru able to try to intimidate the one with the clock head?
I would say you are not able to do so because the one with the clock.
Okay.
Actually, yes, it would be a challenge 2 to intimidate the one with the clock head.
I'll have him do that then.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I will do that. I'll add my modifier. Alright. Yup.
A 7 success crit.
Maru will he picks up what Pryor's putting down when Pryor suggests that. He'll nod his head and easily get magic bullet in his hands. He'll take a step forward in front of the others. And quietly he'll stare at the three people until his gaze goes to the one in red. And he'll lift up magic bullet directly pointing at them. And as there's a bit of this like black kind of wispy smoke that forms starting from the bottom of his feet and then coming up kind of behind him, a blue portal begins to crackle to life behind him. And he'll stare, I guess, directly at the clock head. And he'll say, "One last warning. You leave, and we won't hurt you."
As you
That's it. One last warning.
absolutely, as you point your weapon towards the one with the clock head and say one last warning, and those portals begin to form, you hear a and you
can't say that on stream.
As the one with the clock head begins to reach for something, and you've noticed that the blonde one here, he is sufficiently freaked out. He looks very panicked. He's trembling a bit. Even the white-haired woman, who up to this point was very stoic, she starts to look a little concerned as she says, "Dante, Faust would..." And you all watch before anything else as the sinners in front of you, or you don't know them as such, the people in front of you begin to change as the black-haired one here just looks at you with a level expression and just sighs. The blonde-haired one who was trembling suddenly stiffens as his appearance changes. And the last one, that white-haired woman, says, "Dante, I understand these are new IDs, but you must remember to refread the ego modules to the new IDs. Did you do that beforehand?" And as she begins to change in front of you all, you watch as her previously stoic expression begins to morph and change. What before was a it looked like more, put together, calm person, you see a almost manic look on her face, her eyes lit up with fervor. Beside her, you see here that the previously nervous young man, he is also shaking, but this time, Maru, not from fear, but from hatred. And the woman here, she looks just as stoic as ever, but you all see that she is equipped an ego, something she previously was not.
Yeah.
And you all have a moment
take-
to react before the fighting begins as I get you all on
Yep.
initiative.
Yeah, Pryor takes a step back and goes, ego, that's penitence. When did she wasn't wearing that a moment ago, was she? And Pryor just grabs this blade and he goes, it must be related to the distortion phenomenon.
Ooh, you guys are way less cute than I thought.
I will say, as that happens, Maru, he takes specifically a glance over to the woman on with the white hair. And it takes him a second, but then he suddenly he sees that giant nail. And for a moment, he gets a flashback of a specific other white-haired woman who he had the unfortunate time to spend with in Cowl. And the portal drops. Everything drops, and his eye widens, and he takes a couple quick steps backwards, trying to not bump into any of the other the managers as he does so. He doesn't know what's happening, but that woman looks a lot like someone he got way too close with a while ago.
That she does. And you can see she is looking right at you, Maru, and there is a smile on her face.
Maru, he'll instinctively take a couple steps closer to Kai, without even thinking about it, just out of his own fear, basically.
Pryor looks at the situation, he looks around, and he turns over his shoulder and says, Kai,
Yes, sir.
you don't need my permission, but we are in our own home defending our own people. Don't hold back.
Yippee. Sorry, I was trying to not say that.
And to begin, Pryor, you get to act first before anyone else. What would you like to do?
Alright. Okay, here we go. Normally, I would just drop superior leadership and get everyone some damage up, but honestly, I kind of scared of these guys. I kind of want to start hitting them. Okay, you know what? Strategy check. Pryor is honestly, Rioshu pissed him off, and also he's kind of the most afraid of the one packing actual ego gear. So Pryor is going to draw Life for a Daredevil and say, abnormality rank advantage. I should be fine. Let's finish this quick. And Pryor will approach, and he will attempt to swing out at Rioshu.
Absolutely. As you swing out at her, it's going to be a challenge 5 to hit.
Whew, okay, they're tough.
Would you like to willpower?
I am going to try and willpower. Oh!
That's a 7 success crit, and you're dealing 4 unhalved hail damage to her.
Yes. And I'll knock off one of their boxes while I'm at it. Pryor brings the blade out to the side, and as he grabs it with both hands, he plants his foot, ducks under the swing of penitence, and drags the blade along her gut as he passes to the other side.
And as you do so, she lets out an annoyed noise, and you notice she's looking at that crown of thorns upon your head, and she just says, SF.
Yeah. Prior, pulls the blade out to one side and goes, he looks at this blonde one and he goes, "Are you gonna translate?" "Oh, okay, fine." And he just squares up.
The blonde one is too busy, it looks like, trembling, and you can hear him muttering, "Heretic. There's one here."
Right, more Corp. Just what I fucking needed in my life. More Corp. I hadn't dealt with enough of those freaks in my life. And he will end his turn after that.
And as you end your turn, we go to Rioshu. Specifically, Red Eyes and Penitence Rioshu. Despite the fact you just hit her, Mix. She instead moves towards you.
I see.
You see that she has the Penitent's ego in one hand, and in the other hand, she has an ego weapon you do not recognize. And she is going to use... Actually, before she uses anything, you notice she looks about to move to you, and then you hear this. And she just lets out a CF. And you all watch as the one with the clock head in the back is saying something or doing something. You're not quite sure which.
The tactical genius. He's giving them orders.
And she just kind of sighs. And instead of you, Mix, she whirls around and she tries to hit Prior. And she's gonna use both of you. Shut up. Prior, can you make me a challenge 5 reflex athletics to dodge this attack?
Oh boy. Oh! Prior looks like he's about to get absolutely nailed by this attack, but as he does, there is a moment where he watches her fight and goes, "Wait a minute. She's using the same strategies of... I know this Corp training manual." He pulls back, dodges, and evades. He's seen a lot of people fight with this ego weapon. It's not very common that anyone but the clerks and low-level agents he trains over in training get assigned one Sin's ego gear, and he knows exactly how people with it fight. He's able to easily sidestep and dodge.
Absolutely. And as you dodge, she just lets out a mutter under her breath that you can't quite catch. And as we prepare to go to Faust's turn, you all see, or rather hear, a noise first over the speaker that says, "Managers, I do not wish to alarm you, but I am here to report that 00256 has breached containment. It is headed towards your location."
Prior's face hardens like granite.
And managers, Punishing Bird will arrive at the end of the round.
Ooh.
That's honestly, that makes me feel a little better. He loves Punishing Bird.
I hate Punishing Bird.
Okay.
Punishing Bird hates Prior.
It does hate Prior.
Well,
Well,
But before Punishing Bird arrives, you still have a first round to get through. As this one right here. Prior, Maru, well, all of you, but I imagine you two in particular have certain feelings on this one. You see that white-haired woman from before. She is dressed in a very familiar outfit, carrying a very familiar weapon. And Maru, she rushes to you, right up in your face.
Yeah.
And you can hear her first call out to the blonde one, or at least you assume it must be him, as he's the other one dressed in the uniform. And she says, Sinclair, will you join me in the great task to purify the abominable filth? There's a heretic here we need to purge. He really wants you dead. Because that is a 10. Maru, can you make me a challenge 5 reflex athletics to dodge as that nail comes towards your eye, the prosthetic one?
Yeah, before I do that, I'm gonna use my core desperation.
This would be a good time. This would be a good time.
It would. So your reflex athletics. You said challenge 5?
Yep, challenge 5.
Yeah, desperation. Alright, let's roll. Yup. I'll take that aggravated.
You take a point of aggravated sanity damage. If you'd like to describe your reaction as she rushes towards you.
I would note this attack does have 2 coins.
It does.
Oh.
And she's going to attack a second time.
Okay.
And you can make me another roll.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll use the desperation again. Challenge 5. Yup, I'll take another aggravated. I don't care.
You take another aggravated sanity damage.
Yep. Yeah. Well, as this attack comes towards him, he looks terrified. But because he's been so hyper aware of that woman in particular, he's able to his prosthetics are able to flare up just in time for him to nimbly hop backwards, dodging the attacks. But as he does so, he goes, how did you get away from me? I'm not going back there. And he's just doing his best to dodge.
And as you call that out, she just kind of, and you hear a laugh as she just says, I have no idea what you're talking about, heretic. I know that you will be cleansed of the rest.
I'm not going through that again.
And at the end of her turn, her passive is now online that she has acted. You all hear a very familiar sound as the whistle cuts through the battlefield. And all allies may reroll their skill dice this round to see if they can get a 10.
Fascinating.
And that is her turn. As we go to this one's turn, and Mix, it was that boy you recognized before. You couldn't tell if he recognized you. You also know that your appearance has changed a lot, twisted by the corrosion. Do you try to say anything to him or call out to him at all before he acts?
Well, Mix sees that, and they're a little shook up. I'm not gonna lie, they are a little shaken. Seeing that, they attempt to call out, and is Sinclair?
For a moment, you see this young man freeze at the sound of his name, and then the woman beside him looks to him and says, "My Sinclair, you know what you must do." As Mix, he rushes past you, and goes to try to attack Maru. And Maru,
Okay. Yeah.
he is going to roll twice to hit you. The first one's a 10. They're both 10s, even without Faust. Can you make me 2 reflex athletics checks to try to dodge?
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
you resolve yourself knowing you're about to be hit. This next attack, the first coin will be, damage will be halved before any defenses apply.
Okay. Okay. I'm still doing this. Yup.
Oh my
okay.
gosh, 10 success crit, you dodge the first one. As you can hear him, like, muttering, and he's like, burn. I'll burn it all. And roll for that second one.
Alright. Yeah, I'll take it. Maru is afraid. This is just like before in Cowl. Or once again, Maru, he is doing his best to just keep hopping backwards and hope he doesn't end up bumping against a wall. Honestly, he's not even yelling anymore about them getting away. He's just now hyper focused on his own survival. He cannot let either of them hit him. So he's just hopping away from all the slashes and attempts at stabbing him.
And as you manage to hop away from all of those, you can hear his frustration, and you hear him, like, as he looks to the woman beside him, saying, that disgusting being there. Oh, I'll skewer and cremate it. I won't miss again. And Maru, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Yup. I mean, this guy right here is pretty close. But oh, actually, wait.
They're both right up
Yeah.
in your face right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's been like hopping around. Can he like hop back here a little bit? He can't hit 2 people, but
He can hop back
he can
there.
certainly hit the woman.
Maru's back presses against the wall, and it buys him a couple feet.
Yeah. He was hoping he wouldn't end up hitting a wall, but he's almost cornered, but it's fine. He will fire magic bullet. Of course. So let me add. Oh, what is the challenge 5?
Yep.
All right, and he once again is gonna use desperation. He is quite desperate. And he will go and hit the woman specifically.
Absolutely, her right here.
Ha! 1 second.
5 successes. That does hit her.
Hold on. I know it does, but it's not enough. That's better. That's
7
better.
successes. So you are dealing to her. That's gonna be with a margin of 2, 6 damage. She does, however, with piercing, it is taken normally, so that's gonna be 4, 5, 6. She is looking rather bloodied. If you would like to describe how it looks when you fire at her.
Maru, his back, like I said, briefly bumps against the wall, which it would make it hard for him to lift up Magic Bullet, so he did have to take one small step forward to properly lift up the rifle. And he quickly realizes that he can't hit both, so when he focuses on who he's more afraid of, which is the woman, because she is, of course, reminding him of Greta. As always, the portal, it forms crackling blue around the barrel of the gun. And he tries to not let himself get too caught up in the past, what had happened, as he just tries to focus his fire onto her, and the bullet then shoots out and going to strike her right towards the chest.
And as she's struck in the chest, she just kind of lets out a laugh at that and says, I'll be sure to purge you with the rest of them. And before we pass to your turn, Maru, she is going to look around for a moment at Prior, Mix, and Kai as she says, won't you all join? And don't you all agree with me? All those must be purged. And you hear from back of the clock head I've told you already, that is a costume.
Prior goes, Prior tries to like keep his voice calm over the heat of combat and goes, managers, I don't know what I exploit their tactical weakness, and he like dodges under another swing of penitence.
SU. And Mix, what would you like to do?
Yes. Well, I'd like to shoot.
Absolutely.
I'd like to shoot someone. I would like to... well, which of my friends is in the most trouble? Let's see. You guys are my friends. I feel like Prior and Maru and Kai are all in different types of trouble. But, you know what, Mr. DM, if I may?
Yes.
I would like to shoot the woman in front of me.
Absolutely. It's going to be a challenge 5 to hit her.
Awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and roll. So I've got my first hit bonus. We're going to willpower that because that's shameful. If I may.
Absolutely. You can willpower reroll that.
Thank you. Well, look, you know, some things never change. Well, Mix tries to shoot, however, she is far too slippery, so Mix cannot get a good shot off.
Did Mix gain a stack of butterfly from this skill?
Mix, you would...
They do.
Yeah, if you would like a stack of butterfly, mark that down on your sheet. And as you fail to hit her, she just kind of looks at you, looks at the guns that you're holding, and you see, like, a recognition in her eyes as she just says, SAH.
Well, not to cut off the description, actually, but if Mix gains that stack of butterfly, the coin becomes unbreakable.
Oh, it does!
That's... Oh, you're right.
While it seems that Mix misses, Mix feels the butterflies flit around her and lets out another hail of bullets that strike their target.
And as that hail comes in...
2 black, 2 white damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is going to be... Is that piercing damage, I believe?
Yes.
So she will take an extra 1 from it, and she kind of lets out a pained noise at that, just kind of like a grunt as she just frowns and she says, STE.
F you.
There's like kind of an approving nod at that.
Mix has no idea why she keeps saying letters, but, you know.
And Mix, as we pass from your turn, Kai, we go to yours.
Oh my god, finally. I rolled so bad. Okay. I think, Kai seeing Maru, perhaps, in the most, at least, I don't know if we're saying physically dire situation, but, you know, and anyone can tell that that woman resembles Greta, and also she talked about purging him, and that's pretty recent. So I think that he's going to go ahead and use service with a smile and defend Maru.
Absolutely.
Or secure Maru. I guess I'm gonna use that and go for the woman who resembles Greta.
Absolutely. So the way this works is Sarah's smile is the counter, so you don't actually target anyone. This is just no, you're good. This just activates, so you can activate that skill.
Okay. Do I not have to roll for this?
You do not. It just you roll. You roll when
When I need to...
when someone would attempt to attack Maru.
Yep. But you can just show what it does here. So I'll just show it real quick for everyone. So this is activated whenever Kai would take the defend action on himself. You can choose another character who gains free stacks of secured. So Maru, you have free stacks of secured. If Kai hits of an attack triggered by this skill, activate bleed once on the target. And basically, whenever Maru would be attacked, Kai, you get to make a free weapon attack against any target whenever they hit Maru. And Maru also still has his resolve. And what does it look like when you go to defend Maru, Kai?
I think Maru moved closer to Kai early, although that was before people were charging at him. But I know that he's going to rush over to him, and I think just kind of take a wide-armed fighting stance in front of him. I know that he isn't actually blocking the blows from hitting Maru, but you know, the effort is certainly there. He's trying to body block as much as possible.
Absolutely. And at the end of the turn, a little bird comes flying into the room. As you all see Punishing Bird flit around. Is anyone missing any sanity damage?
I am.
Maru, Punishing Bird pecks you a couple times.
Thank you.
And will heal you for 1 superficial sanity damage.
Okay, that's awesome.
And as it flies around, the little bird is flying around the field, and Faust, the woman here, who you all would not know her name, she sees the bird, and she says, Sinclair, deal with that pest. And Rioshu over here, you all see as the woman in ego, her eyes sort of like, for the first time, there is, I wouldn't say there is fear in her expression, but there is more a mix of excitement, but also a like, this will probably be a bad idea. As she just kind of says, PB.
Hey, yeah, before she can say anything more, Prior is at the top of the initiative. Can I try and cut her down before she can warn Sinclair?
Absolutely. Would you like to try to cut her down before she can warn Sinclair?
I mean, I am next in the turn order. They are talking. Talking is not a free action. All right, if she's gonna turn her back to Prior, he's got life for a daredevil in both hands. He sees what's about to happen.
Absolutely.
All right. I am going to push. Prior is going to, the second her back turns, he raises life for a daredevil and says, ignorance is the path to failure. Oh, come on, willpower.
Would you like to willpower that?
No!
3 successes. She at once, or would you like to describe what you attempt to do? And then I'll let you know how she responds.
Absolutely. Yeah, he brings the blade down, it catches on the edge of penitence, and flies into the ground, as the thorns tighten around his head, and he mutters to himself, there is nothing unshameful about attacking an enemy who chooses to turn their back on you.
At you saying that, she just kind of looks at you, and she makes an irritated sound and click of the tongue, and you can just hear her mutter under her breath, SF, shut up. As Prior, she looks over and just points at the bird with penitence and says, PB, and then swings at you.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
And she is going to use this.
Oh, okay.
And she has 2 coins, and I believe there is a certain passive active on the field as Faust, having seen her attacking, lets out a whistle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can take those willpower rerolls.
Yep, and she is going to get to roll both of those again. All right, no 10s.
Right. No 10s,
But
no 10s.
You can make me 2 challenge 5 reflex athletics checks.
Yep.
You also all can heal a point of sanity damage as a warm light washes over all of you.
Oh, we need that light right now. Okay. 1 successful. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Dice, for being kind to me today. Not on my attacks, but I'll take it on my defenses. Oh, that's a... You know what? Oh, but this is coin 2
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
a 6 success on coin 1 and 4 successes on coin 2. So the coin 2 would hit.
You know what? I'll take it. I don't want to... I need
You
to
do
serve...
have resolve on you.
Yeah, I have resolve on me, so... Prior... dodges 1 with a backstep, but Spider-Bud comes around, clocks him in the gut. A little spittle flies out of his mouth as he's knocked back a few more feet, and he is going to take that 4, halve to 2, and then his defenses are going to... Oh, apologies, I didn't update Prior's defenses there.
No worries.
It should be...
I would say she is dressed in ego. She is not looking at you when she attacks.
Yeah, of course. Apologies, didn't realize Prior's ego was slightly out of date. There we go. There's the correct defense of...
Let's go!
So, yeah. So with that, she is dealing blunt, which has no effect. So Prior's going to take 2 damage.
Yep, because you cannot see the gaze of your attacker. And you, the resolve thankfully comes in clutch though, so yep, I believe that's 2 damage you take.
Prior is, tries to roll his shoulders out of it and keep his stance under him.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing if her coin does anything else. You also, oh no, it's only if both coins hit the same target. So in that case, nothing else happens. She just does some damage to you. And that said, you notice, because I had forgotten to roll one of her coins last round, it looks like at first she wasn't trying as much, but you can tell that she looks like as if she's now actually giving some effort into this fight.
Oh no, Dante isn't win rating.
I'm about to hit Dante's win rate at the top of the turn order.
Oh, he still is? Alright. Sorry, they
No,
still
they're
are.
still win rating. They're still win rating.
Prior then will, that was even Prior's turn, that was Rioshu's turn.
That was Rioshu's turn. You see, actually, it's very funny. It looked like Rioshu was acting on her own for a second, as like, you're not sure what the clockhead person is doing in the back, but you suddenly heard that.
Excellent. Fantastic.
And we go to Faust. Faust, actually, she looks and she ignores the bird flittering around because she's told Sinclair to deal with that, and she just says, Sinclair, eliminate that. I'll handle the heretic. And Maru, she is going to use the gripping, which is free coins, and it's a challenge 5 reflex athletics to dodge. The first one got a 10. The first one crit for her.
Okay. What are the? Why does it say 4, 5, 6?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll explain it if it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
The first one's challenge 4. Yeah, the first one's challenge 4 actually. So make me the challenge 4 one first.
Since I healed some of my sanity.
Yes, there's a sanity redeem, so you did get to heal a point of sanity and 1 from Punishing Bird.
Yes. I've done that. Let's see, challenge 4. Desperation. Yup.
4
go.
successes. So
Yes.
you dodged the first one. The second one is going to be a challenge 5 to dodge.
Yeah.
As she
Okay.
missed, and the challenge will be increased for the next coin by 1.
It's fine. Challenge 5. We got this.
4 successes.
Willpower
That is
reroll,
a failure.
Willpower reroll. Crit success, you mean, not a failure.
8 success crit.
Yup.
You are
Oh.
able to dodge that one as she looks more and more frustrated, and the last one will be a challenge 6 to dodge.
Let's keep this rolling.
You got this, goat.
Come on.
5
Wait,
successes.
This is entirely possible. This is entirely possible.
Yeah.
We can't stop him.
9
We
success
can't stop
crit.
Yup.
You
Maru
can
needs to live.
You can see that Faust is becoming increasingly frustrated. This woman who looks very eerily similar to Greta, the Corp Inquisitor, who you met back in Cowl, who kidnapped and tortured you. You can see the same frustration that that woman had on her face as she keeps trying to drive the nail into your skin, and you just keep dodging again and again.
Yes. Yeah, no, Maru, he is fully in his survivalist mentality. He does not want to be he remembers the feeling of nails being driven into his flesh multiple times. He remembers the wheel. He remembers the hours of frankly torture that he had to endure. Could I say that as Maru dodges, since he's kind of stuck in a corner right now, can he kind of just get at least like over here?
Yeah, he can move over there.
Like right, wait. Can I move like here? Right there.
And as you move over there, we go to
I
Sinclair.
think actually,
Oh.
before the turn order switches, Kai put a little funny ability on Meru that I think just
Yeah.
triggered.
Oh yes, Kai.
Oh,
Your
fantastic. I
ability
wasn't sure
triggers.
because he managed
You-
to dodge all of them.
I believe
I
it's
believe it targets on targeting, not on hitting.
yes. It targets whenever it's whenever they hit.
Whenever they hit a target.
Yep. So it
Oh.
would not trigger.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's whenever they hit. So no, Kai, your
Mary-
service
sorry,
with a
Mary's
smile
too
would
good.
not trigger.
Mary's too good for me to go crazy and ham.
He still appreciates
is.
it greatly.
Mhm.
It's the love.
That's so real.
And as Sinclair prepares to swing, trying to go for you, Maru, the little bird is going to fly into the path of attack.
Yup.
And you all watch as Punishing Bird is smacked by the weapon and its stomach opens up. And you see as it bites off Sinclair's head, basically. Just completely just descends on Sinclair. And wait, no, Sinclair's somehow still alive, even with 5 egg red damage.
Whoa.
But you all watch as Punishing Bird, despite how it has essentially flown right at Sinclair and clamped down, you can still see the body moving beneath and the weapon twitching, and Sinclair's going to make an attack against the closest person, who happens to be Kai.
Oh.
As Sinclair is going to use Self-Destructive Purge and re-roll it, thanks to re-roll has 2 coins. There we go. None of them are 10s, but Kai, you can make me 2 challenge 5 reflex athletic attacks.
But okay. You said 2.
Yep.
Challenge 5. Okay. Wait. Oh god. Okay. Maybe the second one will go better for me.
The first one's gonna hit.
Okay. Okay.
The second one will also hit with a...
Oh my god.
With, your first dodge was only 2 successes. Oh, sorry, you willpower rerolled. Yeah, that is still a failure. Can you make me another roll?
Oh, I think somehow it just got deleted. You did roll 4 or 5 successes, so
yeah,
you do get to willpower reroll. I don't know why that suddenly deleted itself.
I don't know either. I did willpower reroll and it didn't work. I don't know why that also went away. What the heck just happened?
Can you just make me dodge rolls again?
Rerolled. Sure thing. Yeah.
You can just make 2 dodge rolls.
Oh, the first one worked. It's the second one.
Okay.
Yep. I'll just let you roll them both again, since...
Really? Because they were both bad. Okay. No, I'll take this as a gift. It was reflex athletics.
Yep,
right?
reflex athletics. Yes. 4 successes on the first one, so that's going to be a miss. You can willpower reroll that.
I'm gonna. Yep. Okay. And then.
Okay. One success.
1 success. Okay. You dodged the first one. Can you make me another athletics reflex at challenge 5?
Yes.
2 successes.
Guys, could still happen. It could still happen. Just need another 10.
I'm gonna try. Oh my god, what is happening? Sorry, my computer's having a moment.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Kai's get
3 successes. Kai, you get hit by the second one as it comes in, and you are going to be inflicted with 7 burn and take 4 unhalved red blunt damage. So, you have resolve on you. So the damage is halved to 2.
Yes.
Automatically, and then with your armor,
Blunt is ineffective, so...
Yep, Blunt is ineffective, so you're only taking 1 damage. And you are going to also be inflicted with 7 burn.
Alright.
And you can see that the body, despite Punishing Bird having attacked, is still seeming to flail. And Punishing Bird is still on the battlefield. Because the target it is attacking has not stopped moving. And is somehow still standing. And Maru.
Right. Yes.
We go to your turn.
Yes.
Maru, I think you have an angle. Maru.
For hitting the Greta lady? Or hitting... Yeah. I think I can...
You could move to hit both of them.
Hitting Nick. Oh! Wait! Oh my god! Angles.
There is an angle there.
I love angles. Oh wow.
Geometry
no.
is beautiful.
That's so true. Yeah, no, Maru, he will, he notices that, the blonde guy hit Kai. But he knows Kai's tough. Kai can take a hit. And Punishing Bird is there to help. Hopefully only help.
As long as you don't hit Punishing Bird.
And Maru likes Punishing Bird, so he's not that worried. So he notices the opening that he suddenly has. And he will go to Fire Magic Bullet to hit both of these people.
Both of those women?
Yes.
Absolutely. It's going to be a challenge 5 to hit them.
That is fine. I love my desperation. So I will be using that once more. Let's see. Challenge 5, and let's roll. And let's re-roll. I want more damage.
Would you like to willpower to get more damage?
There we go.
All
There
right,
we go.
8 successes on a challenge 5. That's going to be 7 on half black pierce damage. That is enough, even with Rioshu's defenses against... Rioshu is fatal to pierce. That is enough to kill the woman in the lobotomy ego. And as for the woman who looks like Greta, she has normal to pierce, but you are still doing 3 + 4, 7 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is enough to down her as well.
Let's go! Oh my gosh.
Would you like to describe?
Yeah, no, like I said, Maru, he's locked in now. He was scared at first, and he's still scared. Let's just make that clear. But his focus isn't just on getting away, because he knows he can't run, actually, in this fight. So when he saw his opening, he quickly moved himself into the proper position, and before the lady wearing ego could swing again on Pryor, he's lifted up Magic Bullet and pulled the trigger at just the right angle to down both of the people in his line of fire. And once the bullet goes through both of their chests and he watches them fall, he sighs, not in complete relief because there's still one more person to take out, but he just mutters, I said I wasn't going back there.
As they both fall, you watch as whatever was on this person, they are knocked out of, and then you watch as they fall, and as they're knocked out of it, they just say, the eyes close shut, and the lights fade. And Rioshu is defeated. The one over here, you also see suddenly revert back to that original state. And you just hear defeat. This is unbelievable. Where are my hammers? As Faust is defeated. And there is one still standing as we go to your turn, Nyx. Now, Punishing Bird is basically right over this person, so I will let you know. It will be an additional challenge to attack. Instead of a challenge 5, it will be a challenge 6. And if you get a 1 on any of the dice, Punishing Bird will be smacked. So you could all wait for Punishing Bird to go at the end of the turn and take out this person.
You're saying this like it's a bad thing. I am gonna shoot Sinclair.
Absolutely. It's gonna be a challenge 6 because of Punishing Bird.
That's fine. I'm built different, Mr. DM. I will go ahead and just shoot and hit because I am built different, as we will all see. Don't mind that. Let me just reroll. I will easily get a hit here. Or can I just... Well, I was going to take a butterfly anyways. Or wait, do I have to take that before I roll?
Yes, it would be before you roll, so...
Yeah. I'm going to reroll. I hit. It's not even like an issue.
So with
and
6
if I
successes...
Check, yeah, and just to check, none of those rolls were 1s, so I'm good.
Yep, none of those rolls were 1s, so you are safe from Punishing Bird. And I will let you know with dealing 2 black damage and 2 white damage, that is more than enough. As he had a single point left, and you watch as with the others, that man you recognized appears again, and you all just hear him say before that appearance changes, "Was this not the answer?" And Sinclair is downed. And Punishing Bird looks kind of disappointed, pecks the dead body a couple times, and then flies off. And you all, I will say, have about... Well, you first all hear this. And I will give you all about, like, a second to just reorient yourselves and position yourselves however you will as the next wave comes on in.
Yeah, Pryor looks down the hallway to the left and goes, "The agents aren't able to defeat them. Form rank again. We can't let them get by us. If they make it to the central room, it's over."
Right.
Kai, up front with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I should be in front to guard.
Maru, get behind over here in front of me.
Yeah, but I can't be too behind because then I have to...
Maru, get behind me.
Get in front me.
What? We're not gonna stand in a line, no.
I know, I don't mean in a line. I said ish. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, there we
like,
go.
Don't stand right behind me.
Why? You're the cover. All right,
No.
fine.
You all
right.
watch as there are 3 people who rush into the room. They are covered in blood, and you have a feeling that they've probably fought their way through quite a bit of the clerks and agents in this facility. And you all hear at once, the one in the middle, the woman who looked to be a soldier, says, "Executive Manager, what happened here?" And you just hear this. A bird. And the one here, his head is sort of downcast still as he reaches for his weapon, and he simply closes his eyes and says, "It would seem our fellows have fallen here in battle." And the blonde one, the one who looked at first seemed to almost have a sparkle in her eyes, there is a more pained look on her face, though she keeps that smile, and she says, "We shall fight." And I'm going to enter you all into the initiative tracker as you all have a moment to say whatever you will or react however you will to the presence of these 3 new enemies.
There's more of them. Too many.
This is a real goddamn it moment.
Pryor is on the ball, though. Oh my goodness.
The guy is not.
Maru right now. Well, Maru, he just has magic bullet pointed forward, ready for the inevitable fight that's about to occur. He tried. He's had one last warning. He's not gonna do it again.
Do any of you have any other reactions to the 3 before you?
Yeah, Pryor places his blade low on the ground, and as he looks between all his manager allies, he says, "Our agents are not faring well. Remember, we are the first and the last line of defense. Jew, you carry yourself like a soldier. What corp do you represent?"
And I imagine you're addressing the woman in the middle, correct?
Yes.
The woman in the middle looks at you, and she says, "We fight on behalf of Limbus Company, and for Executive Manager."
Literally never heard of you guys before. And Pryor grabs his sword in both hands and gets ready to kill some more people, I guess.
And Prior, as you do, you remember that you did hear, with your perfect memory, you did hear that name mentioned by Yuna before.
Yeah, Prior does actually stop for a moment, and as he does, he actually kind of goes back through his brain, and he goes, "Wait a moment. Wait. Yeah. You're the ones we stole the information from the Golden Bough from. No. Oh, okay. Now this makes a little more sense."
You all hear tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. As that sound, and Otis simply says, "Executive Manager, I shall not fail you like the first three did." And
Prior nods, and then turns and says, "Get ready. Whatever happened last time, I think is about to happen again."
I will say that I noticed there were 2 Deary Deary redeems. I meant to actually turn it off after the first one, so I'm going to refund the second one, since that's a once a battle thing. But Dawn, at the end of this turn, there were free? Oh no! Okay, let me refund all the ones beyond the, if they were different people. You, Misa, and Yamil? Oh my gosh, alright. One moment. I meant for that to be limited to 1. My bad, everyone. Which abnormalities, dearie? Don't worry about it. You'll see very soon. And as we begin, you all watch as their appearances suddenly change.
Oh.
And
Whoa.
all 3 of them are wearing very familiar ego gear. You see
Now this-
that the first one is dressed in Solemn Lament's suit and has both of the Solemn Lament guns. You notice that the second one, Maru, is in identical ego to you. And you notice that the third one is in Queen of Hatred's ego gear. There is In the Name of Love and Hate, Magic Bullet, and Solemn Lament, all in front of you.
Three sets of ego gear. What the hell is happening? Maru, last time you said you had an idea what was going on. Would like to share with the class?
What?
It sounded like you thought you knew what was happening.
What? No, why would I know what's happening? I don't know, it just... I have no idea what's going on, alright?
And before any of you can do anything else, the one dressed in the Name of Love and Hate sort of brandishes her weapon as she says, "One and all, cease thy panicking, for I am here." And you all watch as she twirls the weapon about, and she is going to go for Yukai, who to her looks the most villainous.
Fair enough.
It's going to be a challenge 6 to dodge these attacks.
Sorry, it's reflex athletics, right?
Yep, reflex athletics.
Yeah. Which I really don't think that I'll... If I do really, really, really well... Okay, sorry. 2 of those.
Yep, the first one was a 4 success. That's a failure. And if you can roll me it again.
Yep. I can roll desperation, right?
You may push. You may push for your 2 extra dice.
Yeah, I can push for my... Okay. I shall do so. Okay, yeah, that was worth
6 successes. You managed to dodge the second one, but the first one hits you. So Kai, you are going to take 4 unhalved black pierce. I believe you already used your resolve, so you don't have a resolve on you, and your armor is normal to pierce, and black damage, you take -1 damage to it. So you are going to be taking 3 superficial damage, and she is going to gain 5 love/hate.
Fantastic.
And as she does so, you all hear her proclaim, as she attacks, I shall defeat thee, villain.
Prior listens to her and just goes, I don't sound like that, do I, guys?
No comment.
I think you sound much more heroic.
People haven't spoken like that even... Oh, God. Ugh. I'm not that old yet. And Prior mutters under his breath and pulls up the blade and says, Speak like a storybook all you want. Your actions will define you.
As she hears that, she sort of just blinks at you and she says, If thou art a villain, I shall defeat you too.
Aesthetics are but a means to the end. The true mark of a hero is one who destroys all villains. Dressing yourself up, speaking in that flowery tone of voice, it gets in the way of what really matters.
And Prior, as you say that, it's your turn.
Yes. I am not going to swing at this character because I do not think that Prior has the dice to hurt Dawn, but I do have the dice to buff my allies.
That you do. And you all have another resolve. As you resolve yourselves, Mix and Maru, you now have 2 resolve. Kai and Prior, you both have 1 resolve on you.
Nice. Gotcha.
First coin's gonna target Kai, second coin Maru, third coin Mix. Dear God. Alright, well, we are going to try and do this again. Let's try and willpower. Hey!
Okay. Yay!
6 success crit. So if you'd like to let us know, Prior, how you
Yes.
apply each of those coins.
Let me quickly go through everyone else. You know what? I'm feeling frisky with it. Second one, Maru. All right, no crit for Maru, but
Appreciate that.
and then coin 3 for Mix.
Wahoo.
Gotta try if I'm getting these 10s, right? No, my goodness. All right. Fine, I got the willpower for it. Prior brings his blade up, and instead of bringing it down against the ego-wearing figure in front of him, he actually steps back into the center of the group and says, we already have our plans, we already have our training. Kai, go in, try and cut down. We need to just cut down one before anything. That one seems the most dangerous, wall-level gear. Hit her with everything you got. You know how that gear works. You know how to aim under the frills. Maru, Mix, fire support. Focus fire. We execute them one at a time. Numbers are our advantage. And everyone, for Mix and Maru, you guys get a damage up and can heal 1 sanity. And Kai, you can heal 1 sanity and gain 5 poise.
Absolutely.
Yay.
You all are able to do so. And as that is done, you also all feel the light wash over you, and you all heal for 1 sanity damage, as there's a warm light that seems to envelop you.
And oh boy, and sanity healing? Alright. Prior feels confident. And he will close in to melee to try and help Kai out when Kai gets a chance to swing back. And that will be the end of Prior's turn.
Absolutely. And we go to the one dressed in solemn laments ego gear. This one right here looks to you, Mix. And he addresses you as he says, I can't help but notice and see that while you carry the weapon of the abnormality we share a bond with, you lack the gift of the abnormality that signifies the bond between us. This gift I was given to shoulder, it carries quite the weight. The butterflies that have nested in me are not to be fired with a light heart.
Mix scoffs and says, I guess you could call that a gift. It's awful nice of him. Give you a coffin. I'll make sure to bury you in it.
He raises the weapon, and he points it at you, Mix, as he is going to fire. And he will fire at you twice with his 2 coins. If you could make me 2 reflex athletics at challenge 5.
Reflex athletics challenge 5. Ooh.
2 successes. Would you like to willpower?
You know what? Why not? Oh! Damn.
3 successes. The first one is going to hit. Can you make me another roll for the second one?
I will. Maybe I'll have some better luck. I have worse luck. I won't even... Some things never change.
1 success. Mix, you are going to take a total of... let me first check your defenses. So, this is piercing damage, which is ineffective against you. Well, first you have resolve on you still. So you're going to have this, the first attack, from 4 to 2. Then for pierce, it goes down to 1. So you're going to take 1 black or white damage of your choice, whether you take it to health or sanity.
Yay, I'll take health.
You are inflicted with 2 sinking. And Yisang is going to gain a butterfly. And then the second coin goes off. And on the second coin, your second resolve triggers. So it goes from 2 black, 2 white damage, down to 4 damage total, down to 2 damage. And because it is pierce, it is ineffective against you, so you'd only be taking 1 damage. However, you do have sinking that triggers, so you're going to take 1 to either your health or your sanity, and then 2 to your sanity.
Ow.
And Yiseng has 2 butterflies at the moment. As you see the butterflies, the same ones flitting around you, begin to flit and fly around him as well. And I believe that is his turn. As we go to Otis. And, let's see. Otis is going to... Oh, wonderful. I think we have a line right here. If Otis moves...
Oh no, not the lion!
Yes, Maru, you watch as the woman dressed in Magic Bullet Ego points and raises Magic Bullet. Looks like she can get the 2 of you. And you notice that the pipe, the ego gift, is in her mouth. Maru, the same one that you have, and that you don't tend to wear. And she looks at you and she says, I remember the day when it offered me the contract. Did it do the same for you? Some of my team look up to me as a hero. Some fear me, thinking me a cold-blooded killer. Ridiculous, isn't it? All I have ever done was to follow the manager's orders to the letter. And that is what I will continue to do. And she is going to fire. And both of you can make me a challenge 5 reflex athletics, though this will hit regardless, given the line.
Okay. Well, once again. Reflex athletics. Challenge 5. Yup. It's still hitting, but you know.
8 success crit. And Kai, can you make me a dodge?
Yes.
Would you like to willpower reroll,
Yeah,
or would you
I'm
like to
gonna
keep it?
Yup. Let's go.
That's gonna be 7 successes. So, although both of you do dodge, you both are still going to take... That will be 4 unhalved black piercing damage. So, first thing that will happen is, Kai, you are going to take, because, you have your last resolve on you. So this resolve now fades, and Kai, you are left with no stacks of resolve. But it's halved to 2, and then because it is black damage, it subtracts another 1, so you are taking 1 health or sanity damage.
I'll do health.
Absolutely. Maru, you have 2 resolve on you, so your resolve goes down to 1 with this attack. You have it from 4 down to 2, and then you're going to, with your armor, it's ineffective, so you are also taking only 1 black damage to your health or to your sanity.
I will take it to my sanity.
Absolutely. Otis is gaining 3 magic bullet. And
I think my skill 2 service with a smile is still in play, and Maru was hit,
that it is.
so I can count.
You get your free counter.
You do get your
Yay.
free counter.
What is the challenge here?
So, your challenge on your counter, you have a free weapon attack. It would be a challenge 5 to hit this woman and magic bullet gear.
Okay.
You can just
And-
use your skill 1. You can just roll your skill 1 dice roll.
Oh, okay. My skill 1 dice roll? Okay. I'm so sorry. You just said, did you say challenge 4 or challenge 5?
Challenge
What was
5.
it? 5. Okay. Okay.
7 success crit. So it is base damage is +0. So you're doing 2 damage to her. The damage is going to be slashing red damage, which with her defenses, she just takes it as normal. And she is going to gain bleed. And would you like to activate the bleed immediately on her?
Yes, I would.
All right, she takes 1 bleed, so she takes an additional red damage. And Kai, would you like to blood to focus? And because it is my nature. I believe you can do that when you're attacking from this.
Yes, I can. I know, I was just considering.
You do still have half your health left. And
Yeah,
these
that's
guys
why
do
I was
hit hard.
saying that. I was like, man, I don't think so. Not yet.
Absolutely. Would you like to describe what it looks like when she fires the gun, shooting both you and Maru, and then you run up and attack her?
Kai was still attempting to body block Maru, although he knows that is fruitless. I think that when the bullet passes through the both of them, his instinct is not to attack in reflex of being attacked himself, but because the person that he was protecting is, and I think, he runs up like a, I don't know, I guess, because it's not like he's like a soldier obeying orders or anything like that. In fact, his orders are to attack Dawn, but, he swore to protect someone, and if he can't protect them, he can at least get vengeance for them after they've been injured. I think he runs up and starts trying to slash in to the woman carrying the gear that usually his friend is the one that he sees with it. And yeah.
Absolutely. And I will say to Maru, you can feel a certain devil's presence as if he's watching as the two of you fight.
Okay. I see. That's fine.
Just in case you have any feelings about that.
Well, Maru, of course, he can feel the presence. He I guess, internally wonders if Freyschutz is seeing this almost as like a challenge for Maru, considering there's someone else wielding his gear, his ego gear in his mind. So Maru simply needs to be better than that person.
Absolutely. And, Mix, we go to your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to shoot Yi Sang.
Absolutely. That's going to be a challenge 5 to hit him.
I'll gain a butterfly to make it unclashable.
Do you mean unbreakable?
Unbreakable, you're right. Unbreakable.
Absolutely.
And then go ahead and roll.
That's 3 successes, so that would be a failure. Would you like to willpower?
Right. Let's see. There we go.
6 successes on challenge 5. So you gain your butterfly. You're going to be doing 2 black damage and 2 white damage, plus sinking equal to the margin of successes. So that's going to be, since it's pierce and it's ineffective, Yusang is only taking 3 damage here instead of 4. And then you inflict sinking. It's only 1 margin, so Yusang has 1 sinking on him. And you currently have 2 butterflies on you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And would you like to describe what it looks like as you fire at the Utter Solemn Lament user?
Mix begins to fire, sending multiple shots Yusang's way. I imagine he twirls and blocks the initial shots with the coffin, with which Mix, I think, if a bit of liberty is allowed to be taken, like, I imagine there's like, you know, like there seems to be a bit of like rubble and stuff around, so I think Mix will, like, you know, like shoot like one of these fallen pieces of glass, and like that like causes glass shards to sort of fly around, and that sort of startles you, saying it's like, oh, well, what happened? And then he backs up and lets his guard slip for just a moment for Mix to then successfully hit. And there you go.
Absolutely. As you're able to take advantage for a moment of his lasp as he does deal with those shards on the ground, you're able to take advantage of it and hit. And he just looks to you, and you can see that there is a grim look on his face as he looks at the butterflies about you both and says, "You would know too, I presume, that the barrel of the gun does not fire bullets of butterflies. It is merely that butterflies, both living and dead, bloom from where the gun points, of which we both wield."
You've got it bad.
Sorry, that was. I don't think you could have said anything more hurtful than that. Holy shit.
Ethan just shuts his mouth and kind of looks down dejectedly. And Maru, we go to you. What would you like to do?
Well, talking about lines, I see a line. Kai is in the way, but I can work with that. I can handle that. I will be assuring that I just missed Kai in this shot.
So goated.
But Maru, of course, Prior told him something about what to do, but he's not really focused on that. He needs to shoot that copycat. So he he will fire magic bullet. And let me do as always. We're always desperate here. Maru needs to prove himself as better. And he will fire. Challenge 5 still?
Yep, it would be challenge 5.
Okay. But yeah, as he goes before he fires, he will lift up magic bullet. Because Otis, we don't know her name. My bad. The woman in the same gear as him, had said something to him when she had fired. And so to answer what she had said, as Maru raises magic bullet, he will say, yes, Faust and I are in contract together, and I am committed to following my end so that he gives me what I need from him. But no one else is supposed to be wielding that ego but me. It's mine. And then he will fire. Let's roll. And let's willpower re-roll. There we go.
9 successes at challenge 5. Otis will be taking... it's a margin of 4, so Otis will be taking 8 black piercing damage, which she reduces by 1, so she'll be taking 7. 5, 6, 7. And as you say that, she simply, says, I should be saying the same thing. It would appear I'm not the only one who was offered a contract.
Well, after Maru fires his shot, he will, because he's the way he is, he will actually lower his mask and reach into his pocket to take out the gift that he also has, the pipe. And he will bring it to his mouth and let in some of the smoke from it. And as he breathes out, he goes, I don't know if your contract is anything similar to mine, but I can assure you that I'm here to do my job too. And I'll guarantee that I can do it better than you ever could. You might as well just quit now.
Is that so? And you can tell that woman is, as she lets out a puff of smoke, that seems to have gotten under her skin a little.
It's my favorite thing to do.
And though it is not her turn to attack, you can see the barrel of magic bullet raised towards you. Oh?
Did the shot also hit Dawn? Or
yes! The shot
lady?
would have also hit Dawn, because Dawn was the blonde lady.
By the way, he took his aggravated to not hit Kai. It just brushed past Kai.
Yes, the bullet just brushed past Kai, but it would hit Dawn. So Dawn would also be taking, with Dawn's defenses, that's going to be, it is ineffective. So Dawn is taking, it would be 8 reduced to 7. Dawn is taking 7 damage. Black damage from magic bullet.
Let's go.
And hi, we go to you.
Can I? Okay, I think that this is like a whole turn action because I mostly plan on doing stuff in future turns. Can I send out Happy Teddy Bear? Can I call on my ego resonance and send out Happy Teddy Bear to latch onto Dawn?
Absolutely.
Ego resonance.
You can send out Happy Teddy Bear.
Yippee.
Let me
First
pull.
time seeing ego resonance. Let's go.
Hi. You activate your ego resonance.
Yippee! Oh god, he's so cute.
And Happy Teddy Bear will come on out.
Yes, and I will say, Teddy, go hug our new friend, our new blonde friend, and don't let go. Hold on to them as tight as you can, and don't let go even if they act like they want it.
The teddy lets out like a happy squeak noise. And the teddy bear is going to attempt to do so. So it has the same attributes and non-combat skills as you, but it rolls out a -2 dice penalty outside of combat skills. So it's gonna try to grapple onto Dawn.
Okay.
And I would say, Kai, could you roll me your physique brawl, but at a -2 penalty?
Happy's Teddy Bear has their own little mechanics they roll.
Wait, they do. It says Teddy will remain loyal for one scene, though diligently attempt to perform any task. Oh, expression of love!
Right.
I did not see that. Thank you.
No worries, and let me just quickly, and you roll, sorry, setting this up, my apologies, I was excited for this. All right, you may now roll, I've placed it under, it should be on your page 1 of your sheet.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Oh, I see where it is now. So you can
right.
do it right there.
Yes, and what is the challenge here for Dawn? I'm sorry, that's
It is challenge 6 to try to hit Dawn with this.
Happy Teddy Bear. I can't use desperation. Happy Teddy Bear's bear.
No. You cannot push your Happy Teddy Bear.
Can I sacrifice willpower for the bear? It's okay if not.
I would say because...
Yes, I believe...
Yes, because Teddy is an extension of you. You may sacrifice willpower for Teddy Bear.
Okie dokie. That's my best friend, so like... God. Never mind.
4 successes. You watch as the little Teddy tries to latch on to,
And succeed, because the coin's unbreakable.
Oh! It is indeed. So, Teddy tries to latch on, and is successful in latching onto Dawn, who it grabs onto her leg. It's a little close to the shoes that she's wearing, but don't worry about those. I'll say, Maru, you're able to notice that despite the ego she has on, the shoes don't look like In the Name of Love and Hate's ego shoes. They look quite different and very worn out, and they have Roshinente written on them. But as Happy Teddy Bear latches on, Dawn has hugs inflicted on her. And there is no sinking gained because Happy Teddy Bear was not able to get any margin.
Yeah.
But Dawn now has hugs on her. And as we go to the end of the round, this is where a certain old lady will intervene. As you all hear the familiar dearie dearie, and you see this like darkness begin to sort of flood around Dawn in particular, also consuming the little teddy bear with her. And you watch as Dawn suddenly vanishes in front of your eyes. With the little teddy bear still clinging to her.
Dang.
And she will vanish for this round and return at the end of the next turn. As you all suddenly watch the darkness clear, and you have a feeling old lady might be sharing some of her stories with Don Quixote at this time, or with the woman that you all do not know the name of. And before we pass to the next round, Kai, you do have burn on yourself. You have 7 burn, which will activate. And Kai, you are going to take 4 unhalved superficial red damage. And you do reduce red by -3, so you're going to take 1 red damage.
Okay.
And then have your burn to 4.
Great.
And with that, we go to the top of the round. The In the Name of Love and Hate Sitter is not present at the moment, as she finds herself in story time with Old Lady. And you kind of hear when she vanished, there was this alarmed to which the other two sort of look back at the clockhead, and they simply sort of frown, and the one here says, Manager, it was likely the effect of one of the abnormalities in this place. We shall continue to fight. As we go to you, Prior.
Yeah, Prior hears her talking and says, Soldier to soldier, you keep a calm facade, but the battle has shifted into our favor. 1 man down from your side. This is where we press the advantage. Don't let them get away. And I am going to target Maru, Kai, Nix in that order. Maru, you first.
Yes!
Whoa.
AC says crit!
Whoa.
I needed this. Thank you so much, Prior.
So you get poise. You get 5 poise.
Poise.
Nix, I'm gonna willpower reroll because I know you also need some healing. All right. Nix is a success, and Kai.
Yeah. Well, see, we're
Alright.
phased.
I think
Well-
Kai now has 10 poise.
Yes, I do.
Let's go.
All right, so all allies heal 1 superficial sanity. Nix adding a damage up to you. And Maru, take that 5 poise and that 1 sanity healing. Prior presses the advantage. His words echo through the hall, and even the employees, I imagine, that are fighting the assailants on the other side feel this rallying cry as Prior, standing on a few crates or discarded boxes, points towards the area and draws battle plans in the air with his blade.
Absolutely. And
that is the end of Prior's turn.
as you do so, the other one in Solemn Lament sees this happen, but Mix, they are focused on you. As
Gotcha.
he's going to roll his 2 coins. The second one is a 10, so he is going to reuse one of those coins. So Mix,
shit.
you have 3 attacks coming at you. If you can make me a challenge 5 reflex athletics for each of them. So 3 challenge 5 reflex athletics checks.
Well, That didn't go so well. I'll re-roll. There we go.
Absolutely, 7 success crit. You managed to dodge the first one. Another 7 success crit.
Wow.
You dodged the second one. And there's one more you need to make.
I'll do another willpower.
5 successes, so you do dodge all 3 of those. He does, however, gain 3 butterfly. And as you hear the ding, 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 you first all feel the light wash over you, and you can all heal a point of sanity damage.
Yay.
And then...
Thank God.
You see there is a downcast look in his eyes as he says, perhaps the work I have done with the abnormality. And from behind where the clock-headed manager is, you hear, I did attempt to make all those hits. And the one in Magic Bullet calls out, "You are correct, manager, that this agent is doing a horrible job." And, oh, before it goes, I just realized, nothing triggers there. There is a line. There is a line. And there are 2 of you. But...
Uh-oh.
All right. We are going to... Actually, there is a line. However, I think that instead... Ooh. Otis, this woman, you all don't know, looks for a moment as if she is contemplating what she will do. And then she says, yes, this would be for the best. As it seems for a moment she is conversing with someone, and Maru, you know that Der Freyschitz sometimes tends to whisper to those in his contract.
Is he talking to other agents?
Yeah, he's talking to other agents.
Oh my god! No!
As she lifts Magic Bullet and is going to fire at the 2 of you. And you both can make me a Challenge 5 Reflex Athletics.
Oh my god. I can't believe... Okay. No,
I
it's fine.
shout your wash.
God.
Fine.
No!
I don't care. I'm dodging this attack. Well, I'm not dodging this attack, but I'm gonna
Otis
not
is
take
what?
as much damage from it.
It's over for me.
Yup.
So Maru,
Otis
that was
Wash. There
5
you go.
successes. You're able to dodge.
Yep.
Kai, that was 3 successes. So it hits you.
Yep.
She is going to gain 3 Magic Bullet. So Otis is currently at 6 Magic Bullet. She takes a point of red damage because she has bleed on her. And then clears her bleed. So Otis, let me pull up that status effect. No longer has any bleed on her. And you all watch as those wounds start to open up. And then, Maru, you are taking 4 unhalved black pierce. You have resolve on you, so you use your last resolve. It goes down to 2, and your defenses would then cause you to only take 1. So you are down to 1. You take it out to your health for your willpower.
Willpower.
Absolutely. And Kai, you no longer have any resolve on you. So you are going to take, with your ego armor, this is the incoming damage is black piercing damage. So you do reduce it by 1 from your resistance to black. So you are doing, you are taking free superficial damage. And because the coin is unbroken, you are being inflicted with 4 burn for a total of 8 burn. And you're being inflicted with dark flame. As you hear the sound of the bullet fired. And you are going to take 8 burn damage. And then clear dark flame. So Kai, with the 8 burn, let me pull up the burn status effect. You take your full burn though for this, so you're gonna take 8 red damage, which your armor does reduce by free, so you're taking 5 red damage, superficial red damage.
Yeah.
Oh, but there was a resolve redeemed just in time. So you steal yourself as you see this coming, so the 8 will be halved to 4, and it will be reduced by 3. So you're only taking 1, thanks to that resolve at the last minute.
Yup. I'm just manifesting things. Don't worry about it.
You almost took 5 damage there.
Well, then I would have been really good at attacking, so it's okay.
But you're only taking 1.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God for the power of the chat. Thank you.
And as you do so, the dark flame is cleared. However, you still have your burn on you.
Oh, great. Is it halved again, or is it just the same?
No, it is still 8 burn because it was just dark flame which activated.
Got it.
So that just meant you took the full amount of your burn count. And as the fire licks at you, Otis kind of looks at you, and you just like hear a mutter under her breath of, "How are you still standing?"
The tankiest character is standing in front of her.
Listen, Kai's doing all that, and he still looks beautiful.
Aww.
Yup.
True.
He
What?
does. And we go to you, Mix.
Sparkles.
What would you like to do?
I would like to shoot. I want to shoot. I want to take a butterfly and make my attack unbreakable.
Absolutely.
Because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's this frickin' dude trying to shoot me. And I'm starting to get tired of it. So I'm gonna shoot him, and let's see how he likes it.
I just realized you all also gained a resolve from the resolve redeemed, so.
Thank you, very sweet.
But yep, to shoot him, it is a challenge 5.
So I didn't shoot him, unfortunately. Yeah, it did not work. But I did gain a butterfly.
But you gained a butterfly, So you get free butterflies, and this attack is unbreakable. So he is going to take 2 black damage and 2 white damage, but no sinking. However, it is pierce, so he takes 1 less, so he takes free damage. And then, upon taking that free damage, I believe, Mix, you only have free butterflies at the moment, but you do have a damage up. So you use your damage up, and he takes an additional point of damage.
We're so back.
And, Mix, would you like to describe what it looks like when you fire your weapon?
I think Mix, at this point, they are weaving in and out. I think it's like an exchange of fire, you know, like Mix, like tries to shoot at Yisang, like turns, you know, using the coffin almost like a shield, and then Yisang will fire back, and Mix will like quickly, you know, even like move the sword, like kick the sword in front of them so that it blocks the butterfly before it hits them. And I think just in time, you know, it's you know, the battle between Otis and Kai and Maru actually provides good cover, because in the middle of all that, you know, Yisang kind of temporarily loses sight of Mix, and Mix is able to jump to the left and barely manage to get a decent enough angle to fire shots into Yisang as they roll on the ground and then quickly adjust themselves and stand back up.
Absolutely. And I realized Yisang does have 1 sinking on him as well. So he takes 1 more point of damage. And you see him look to you, Mix.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of just looks at you as he says, the butterflies gather in this place. And Maru, we pass to your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah, well, Maru, he has a few things to say, a few choice words, not at that lady. But when he saw that that other agent was apparently seemed like she was talking to their Freyshits, he got really mad. And so he kind of, while all of that has been going on, as it comes to his turn, he's looked down at his magic bullet rifle, and he goes, Freyshits, why are you helping other people to hurt me? That's not part of our deal. Shape up, you piece of shit abnormality. I'm showing her up, so you're supposed to pay attention to me. Our contract is more important, so act like it is. And then he'll fire magic bullet.
You hear a low laugh from somewhere in your mind.
Oh my god. Yeah, as he raises this weapon, he goes, don't laugh at me. You're the one acting wrong. And yes, he will fire magic bullet with his, of course, with his desperation. He will take the aggravated to let that bullet fly right by Kai and not hit him again. 3, challenge 5. Yup. Wait. I know I shouldn't be so willy-nilly with the willpower. I should.
How's your sanity looking, Maru?
I'm almost strained, but it's okay. I want to be strained. But listen, I could willpower reroll, get a crit, and then add the poise and get a double crit.
You could double crit.
For the style points.
I mean, you can't beat the style points.
You can't beat the style
You're
points.
right. I will try. Come on. No, but close enough. I will add the poise though. I will use my 5 stack of poise to make that a crit. I don't care. I
All right. Would you like to use your 5 poise to make this a crit?
Yes.
So that's going to be a 13 success crit. You're going to be doing, that's going to be a margin of 9, I believe, if it's 13 and challenge 5. So that's going to be 9 plus 4 for 10, 11, 12, 13 for 13 damage. Oh yeah, no, she's so dead. Were you taking a point of sanity damage to not hit Kai?
Oh yeah, so I've already taken it. I am strained now, and it's okay because I won.
Yep, it doesn't matter what defenses she has. She's going down with that.
Yup.
If you'd like to describe what it looks like when you fire the magic bullet.
Yeah, no, Maru, he angrily pointed magic bullet at that woman again and pulled the trigger, and he can actually feel a little bit of this used to be a problem he had a lot back in the day as an agent, but he can almost feel how it's normally he has like a trail of like cyan from whenever he activates Justicia. Instead, it's this like almost like smoky, wispy, dark bluish black kind of trail of smoke that leaks from his prosthetic eye as the bullet the portal forms and the bullet fires. And I think in this shot, it does not hurt Kai, but Kai can probably feel almost like this crackle of energy against his cheek as the bullet once again zips right by him and shoots the opposing agent right through the chest.
And Maru, I messed up the math. You were doing, as you shoot for the chest, that is going to actually be 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, minus 1. So that was 11 damage, which is still more than enough to kill her.
Okay, I was like, I swear if I said all that,
I was like-
I was gonna be so mad.
No. You watch as it shoots through her chest and through the heart. You hear her say, "The contract won't end here." And she falls. And you just hear from the clock-headed manager and the only agent still present just kind of looks a little bit sick and looks to the manager and says, As you can kind of see that there's a little bit of panic on his expression. And Kai, we go to you.
Well, okay. Sorry, just Happy Teddy Bear is not, they're not back yet, so,
No, Happy Teddy Bear is currently in story time.
Yeah, Teddy Bear, I'm sure Teddy's enjoying it at least. Yeah, I mean, Kai can, why not go in and, lunge at Coffin Boy? It's not like there's anything else to do.
Absolutely, you can lunge at Coffin Boy.
Man, I don't know whether I want to use, Pleading Grip or At Your Command. I'm getting close to having my full, superficial. I might as well. I'm sorry, what is the challenge?
It is challenge 5 to hit him.
Yeah. How much, sorry?
What'd you say?
Difficulty 5.
Oh, challenge 5.
Okay.
Yep.
My fault. But yeah, I will fill up my health tracker so that I can be sexy. What? I don't have a whole lot of will. I don't have much more willpower, so I'm not going to re-roll that. But I mean, it's still, yeah.
All right. That is going to be
Meow.
6 successes at challenge 5. So you are hitting him 4. He does take slash normally. So he's going to be taking 3 damage. And you do
Kai's health tracker is full.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Kai,
5 damage, I didn't.
yes, your health tracker is currently full of superficial damage, so you're actually doing 5 damage, which is enough to take him down, if you would like to describe that.
Yippee!
If you'd like to describe how you defeat him.
How hurt was he before I started lunging at him? Because I know that Mix was shooting, but
he was fairly hurt. But he didn't look like he was injured, but he wasn't like too badly hurt. Like it was clear that it was sustaining more mental damage than anything.
I think inspired by Maru shooting that brunette woman through the chest, he will in a way mirror that by digging his claws into the slots of space between this man's rib cage and tearing out a good chunk of mostly lung and heart, I presume, as he collapses to the ground.
And as you tear out the lung and heart, he falls to the ground and you see his appearance revert back, and you just hear could the small wings of a butterfly have fluttered away from this place? This is most unideal. And at the end of the turn...
Good work, Kai. Good work, Kai. Good work, everyone. If they keep coming in like this, I think we have a chance.
First, what happens is burn activates, because Kai, I believe you have 8 burn on you.
Oh, fuck, Kai!
Kai, you
Kai,
are
you're
going
on
to
fire.
be taking...
Kai, you're on fire!
You have no resolve left.
No!
You do...
think I can't tell I'm on fire?
You take, 4... you would be taking 4 red damage. However, your armor does reduce that by 3. So you take 1 damage, and then you reduce your burn to 4.
Okay. Ow.
My
As long as we don't fight anyone else with burn, we're fine.
Oh yeah, it's not like anyone with burn is showing up next round. It's not like multiple units with burn are about to be showing up next round. And then at the end of the turn, 2 more things happen. The first thing that happens is Dawn and the little teddy bear reappear from story time, to which the one in the name of love of hate appears and says, "Ah, what a most entertaining story that was!" And then looks around, excited to share, and seems to notice that everyone else is dead. And you all watch as she begins to shake a bit, and she says, doth aught requireth mine assistance in avenging our fellow heroes. And Prior in particular, you know what it is like when Queenie starts
Gets into
to,
one of her moods.
Yeah, gets into one of her moods. And you have a feeling that she looks as if she is not doing too well. You have a feeling that this particular unit could become very dangerous if left unattended.
We just found them like this.
And there is one more thing that happens at the end of the round, which is that you all hear a voice over the speakers. Angie's voice. We have unfortunate news, managers. All level 2, 3, and 4 agents have been defeated. Level 1 agents are trying to buy you time, but the remaining assailants will be no longer restricted from engaging you